Welcome to Let's Get to Know Each Other, which we call Un nou yon apren kon lot en créole. It's a pleasure to have you here with us.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here. Thank you for asking me.
And good morning, Margaret. I am Jennifer. Again, nice to meet you. And it's a pleasure to have you with us. And I know we're going to talk about great things, and I'm just ready for it. Yes.
Okay. Nice to meet you too, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Great. Well, first thing I do when we whether have our guests, English speaking guests or Creole speaking guests, we ask them to introduce themselves to the audience, specifically to the Asian community, because this show is to like get to know each other, but more that the Asian community can get to know new culture, new people around the world. So please introduce yourself. We are very thrilled to have you here once again.
Thank you. My name is Margarett Barrow, Dr. Margaret Barrow. I am a college professor. I teach English, literature, and rhetoric. So I teach composition, and teaching is absolutely my greatest passion. It really is. My students in 2017, after eating my granola snacks, decided that I should become an entrepreneur. And I said no. However, it did take me some convincing. They went out and they conducted some surveys around New York at different universities. And then when they finally came back, they gave me a folder full of surveys, and they asked me to read it, and I did. And I noticed that they had been taking my snacks and giving them away. And all of these students from across New York City had written down how delicious they were, and that they would buy them if they found them in the grocery stores or convenience stores. And I said no again. And then my students asked me one more time, and they said, before you say no this time, we want you to think about what you say to us. So you always tell us opportunities will come your way that don't follow where you want to go. So they're going to be totally different than what your expectation is. And you always said to us, if that door is open, you walk through. You never say no. And they looked at me and they said, and so we're telling you to follow your own advice. So yeah.
And they were right.
They were right. Yes, they were right. I started at Snola. Originally, it was called Brooklyn Granola in 2018. And then we really started to think about, like, what is this? You know, what is this snack that I've created? Because it's not crumbly granola, dry. It's not a granola bar. It's a round, compact granola ball, and it's chewy rather than crumbly. And so I began to really think about it. Well, this is kind of like 21st century, you know? This is new. This has never been done before. So I thought a lot of the people who were eating it were families. And so I wanted kids to be able to say, you know, what it was. So we were like, okay, granola. Let's look at the word granola. Let's take off the GRA. It's NOLA. It's NOLA granola. So that's what we have. It's NOLA now.
Okay.
I'm so glad that you listen to your students. And you see, that's the benefit of like being a professor, a teacher, or someone that younger like people looking up to. That same advice that you give them, they can give it back to you.
Exactly.
Sometimes I usually said that. I guess my friends, they usually said, Yuslin, you are here and doing a great job talking about mental health, telling people to take care of themselves. But what about you? Like, you work nonstop. You don't take time for your own self, but here you are telling people to take care of themselves. Yeah.
That's
So what about you put that in practice yourself?
exactly.
So yeah.
That's what happens. Sometimes we have the advice for people that we don't even know, people that we love. But when it comes to ourselves, we just forget about it. It's
Mhm.
like about the world, but it's not good sometimes. Yeah.
It's true. It is very true, especially with, taking care of oneself. We spend so much time taking care of everybody else. And I think as a parent, I'm also a mother of two girls. One is 30 and the other one turned 26 2 days ago. And I still seem to make the same mistake all the time. I always call it a mistake. I should be thinking about myself right now. These are grown women. The other day my daughter's like, "Mom, would you come to choose glasses with me?" I had other things to do. What did I do? Sure, I'll come. Halfway there, I said, "Oh my God, I have a meeting and I left my phone at home." And I don't.
That's
It
what
was,
that's what we call the good mother, a great mother.
yes. I was so stressed out in the car. I was just like, "All right, just relax. There's nothing you can do. You
Yeah.
gotta breathe through it. The world has not ended. I am going to be okay."
Exactly.
It's
My, my
Oh,
I'm sorry, Jennifer. So my questions to you,
Mhm.
where is like I know the student convinced you to
Mhm.
come up with like the project, but where did that like idea start? Where does it start?
So I started going through menopause at 48. At 50, I was just sick of it. So it's like 2 years later, I was just like, I gained 15 pounds and I was always slim. And I was thinking, I'm doing things wrong. I've been a vegetarian all my life. I've got to do something different. So
Mhm.
I decided that I would go vegan. And I also wanted to find like a really healthy snack. But I had been eating Nature Valley granola bars all my life. My mom bought them for us. And as an adult, I ate them because I thought, and it's silly me, not really looking at the label. I had just been eating them. And then when I started gaining weight after just, eating, I was like, wait a minute, let me look at this again. Let me have a real look at it, right? So, and by that I mean I need to understand exactly what's on the label.
Ingredient.
And so once I did that, once I looked at the ingredients, I thought, wow, this is not good. So I said, you know what? Instead of complaining, I'm going to stop complaining and I'm going to do better. I think I can do better than Nature's Valley. I can make something, one, that's not crumbly and messy, not full of crap, and something that's flavorful, because plant-based food should taste good. I believe that. And so that's what I did. I went into the kitchen, which brought me back to when I was a kid. My mom used to let me go into the kitchen and make whatever I wanted to. And sometimes I would put things together that nobody would ever eat. When I was a kid, that was when I was a kid. I'm much better. I'm much better now. So I went into the kitchen and I began thinking about, what kinds of flavors did I want? I wanted really robust flavors, I wanted flavors that represented like the boldness of being in New York. I wanted that diversity of New York to be represented in the flavors too. So the first flavor I put together was Luscious Cranberry Coconut. Didn't like cranberry. I had never eaten coconut in my life. But I put them together and the smell that came out of the oven it was just so mouth watering. It filled the house with the smell of home, And so I gave it, I created a vegan binder and made it round and I gave it to my husband and he was just like, "What did you do? This is so good." And at first I thought it was a fluke. You know what I mean? It's like, this is just an accident. So, and then I started just like making them. I got really inspired and I made one called Sassy Mango Masala, which is that Indian spice. And everyone's like, is it spicy? And I was like, it has something. It tastes really good. but it's different. When you taste it, someone said it tastes like Christmas. I thought that's such a wonderful compliment, you know.
Yes.
You know, so then we went to chocolate. I started talking to chocolatiers about chocolate. I've been allergic to chocolate almost all my life. So especially dark chocolate, the smell. But something, I don't know, my body started changing. And as I was making the chocolate, I didn't taste it for 2 years. I worked on it for 2 years, never tasted it. I brought it out to all of these different events and I had other people taste it. And then this one time when I made it, I sat in the kitchen and I said, how am I supposed to ask people to eat this if I don't taste it? I know I have an allergy, but I'll live through it because I usually get a headache from it. And I tasted it. It was so good. And it's 100% dark chocolate mixed into a granola ball that I make. And I tasted it and I waited for the headache and it never came.
Wow.
So I was so excited about that. And then this July, we just launched our scrumptious strawberry banana, which is now my favorite.
Wow.
I would love to try it.
Oh, definitely. I'll send you guys some. All you have to do is send me your
Thank
address.
you so much. I was about to say the same thing.
I would love to try. Because like you started with natural valley, yeah, we
Yeah.
used to eat that. Yes,
Oh,
actually, not we still eating it because
okay.
it's tasteful. I love it. Yes.
Okay. So now we're going to replace it, right?
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
You want to try something else? Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because sometimes.
So,
Mhm. Oh, go ahead, Jennifer.
so I think we met back in 2020, 2020,
I think
right?
so. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Actually, it was 2020. Yes, yes.
So from 2020 and now, how is the market for you?
Oh, wow. We started at the end of 2020, 2018. That's when we launched. And
Okay.
so 2019 felt really good. You know, we were going to events across New York. We went to Philadelphia. I was able to get us on television, Channel 4 and Channel 12. Everything felt so good. And then 2020 happened and it felt like the world stopped,
Yeah.
right? And I got very sick from COVID. And it was at that time when I was sick and I was having a hard time breathing. And I was thinking to myself, you know, if I make it through this, I've got to do better, you know, and I want to figure out, I don't, because I'm a college professor and I don't have a business background. I have a really, I would say significant learning curve. But I promised myself when I was sick that I'm not going to let this company go.
Good.
I'm going to fight for this company. I'm going to do everything I possibly can. And in 2020, we were able to get one of the CARE Act's grants, which is called an EIDL, the emergency loan. So with the emergency loan, it allowed us to pay our rent. And because we use organic ingredients, we had to replace everything, you know, so it helped us with the ingredients. And at the same time, you know, 2020 was an eye-opening experience, I think, for not just me, but I think across the globe. You know, we were all experiencing racial conflict together. We watched George Floyd die at that time. It also opened conversations that people were not having about how Black-owned businesses were not really, and other minority-owned businesses are not getting any kind of fair play in any of the markets, regardless of what it is. And so in 2020, 41+% of Black-owned businesses disappeared. They're gone.
Yeah.
And with that, I felt it was my responsibility to work hard. And whenever I meet other Black-owned businesses, is to try and be a resource for them. So It's NOLA became, as the CEO and founder, It's NOLA became a company that focuses not just on providing healthy snacks, but creating healthy relationships, in amongst business owners, educators, trying to kind of foster, the kind of resources that are helpful to help other companies either start a business. I'm willing to share any information that I have. I will share that with anyone who wants it.
Please.
Good. That's good.
So that's just who I am. And I do think it's important. I think that if we're going to survive as a community, then we have to do it together. We have to stop looking at each other as competition and look at each other as a community on the rise.
Mhm. That's pretty much the same thing that's happening in our community, like the Haitian community. Like if I succeed, I don't want to tell the others how I made it, what exactly I did to get where I am now. So that's the thing that I think that will destroy us.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like to share what we learn.
Yeah.
Yes, that's one thing. So I would like the fact that you like to share whatever you learn or whatever you create with others. Yes, I really like this part.
I'm not sharing my recipes though. That I'm not doing.
No, I know.
I'll help you with your own recipes, but
That's true.
Yes. It's a big challenge to be in the market. Regardless where or like the product that you have, regardless of the product, it's difficult, but more difficult when it comes to the Black community. I love the fact that you think like open-minded, you like really help other people while you're doing your own business. Like Jennifer mentioned, not anyone like to do that. They like to keep things for themselves, and unfortunately we have that a lot in our community. If I succeed, I don't want you to know how. I just want you to see the success, I made it. But I can give you some advice, but I will never give you like the steps. And that's really hard on like our community when it comes to that. That's why when we have this show, when I have the guests, whether they are artists, they are like an entrepreneur, anyone, I'm like, can you please like share some of your like experiences, not like only this like you the one that you that you made, but the one like, can you please share like the challenge? Because, like we have to talk about this.
One of the challenges being a Black consumer package business is you want to go out and do your own sales, right? If you can, because when you're first starting your business, you don't have money set aside to hire someone to do sales. So oftentimes you're the person doing the sales. Traditionally, we used to get on the phone and call people. Some people still do that. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't have emails. So you still have to do that. Or if you're in retail, then you have to go out into the stores with your product and you have to speak to one of the buyers or managers or cashier because you don't always get the person you want. Here's the challenge that we have faced. A young woman who was working with me, one of my mentees, she's from Africa. She's very dark skinned. And so she wears a hijab, she's Muslim. So she walks into one of the stores and she has the product and she says, can you tell me, can I speak with the manager? I would like to provide him with our samples to see if he might be interested in buying some of our product. So the person she spoke to said, well, the manager's not here. She said, can you tell me when? And he said, well, he won't be here until 5. I think it was around 4. No, I think it was around 3:30. So she said, fine, I'll sit over here and I'll wait for him. So she's waiting and waiting and waiting. And then she said, something didn't feel right. Like it just didn't feel right. The way he looked at me, the way he said that to me. So she went over to the cashier and she said, can you tell me who the manager is? And if the manager is going to come here by 5:30. And so the cashier said, the manager's over there. And she pointed to the man who told her that the manager was not there. Yes. This is what happens. You know, I've spoken to quite a few Black businesses and they're saying the same thing. You know, we go somewhere and people just don't trust us. And it's not just one group of people. It's many of the people you go see. So it's not any particular race, or it's a lot of people are just not trust, they don't want to trust us. And so I did this thing with my friend who's Caucasian. I said, I went into a store and tried to give them my product, and so they wouldn't take it. So I brought my friend the next day, same product. And I said to him, can you see if they'll take it? So he walks in and he comes out without it. And I said to him, they took it from you? He said, yeah. I was like, okay, all right. This is what we have to deal with. And that's why it does become challenging, you know, to try and make it in this business. And you're always trying to figure out ways. Of course, there are ways to do that, right? Hire my friend, you know, have him go and do it.
But it's not the right way. That's so
That-
not fair that some like a group of people will benefit from it and not the other.
Right.
So that's the biggest challenge.
It's a serious challenge. And then the finance part, you know, it's hard to find financing. I've been listening for the last 4 years. I've learned so much, you know. I listened to a podcast about venture capitalists. And so these are people who are looking for the next big thing to invest in. And one of the things that was discussed on this podcast was why people of color tend not to get funded by venture capitalists, because venture capitalists are looking for companies that are moving fast, right? Like you started in 2018, by 2020, you know, you guys are on the rise, you're making $100,000 a year. But statistics tell us that most Black-owned companies are run by, founded, and they're the CEOs, and they're working full-time while running their companies. So their companies take longer to take off. So venture capitalists look at that and they're like, well, it just took you too long. I had no idea. I did not know that this is what was going on. And so, you know, you bootstrap it, right? You try to bootstrap it. We don't have many Black-owned families or minority-owned businesses. They don't have family who put away, you know, thousands of dollars where you could go and borrow or say, you know, can you guys invest in this company? We don't have that. We just don't.
No, the fact that actually that's what we are looking for. That's why some people are creating, you know, what they have, the talent that they have. They know how to make chocolate. If they know how to make any like kind of product, you know how to make that. That's why they come up with that, so they can, you know, get approved for like, you know, for a loan or anything to like grow their business. But it's very tough. Tough on them.
It's very tough. And also you said something I thought was really important. You know, you said we're talking about how sometimes our community is not really helping each other, but we also have to look at that and I would say pull back the layers a little bit so that we kind of understand why that happens. And the reason why it happens is you'll have companies and they'll offer, you know, $5,000 grant, $10,000 grant, maybe a $50,000 grant. You have thousands of minority-owned companies going after this one grant. So what you have is, imagine this, okay? This is just an analogy. Imagine all these chickens in the chicken yard and you're throwing seeds out to them, right? This chicken feed out to them. They're all running around trying to get as much as they can. Well, basically, it's chicken feed. We're all fighting over the crumbs. And no one really makes it because we need more crumbs in order to make it. So I think that's another part of, so then we have this distrust amongst each other because you might get more crumbs than me. So I'm not going to tell you, how to do this. I was successful in this, so I'm not going to share that with you. You know, so that is a real problem that we have to get over psychologically. And I know it's not going to be easy, but I think it is happening. I think the building of Black Wall Street is happening. You know why? Because we are Black Wall Street.
True, very true. And yes, it's the psychological problem. Uh, you're like, okay, after all this, on me, I don't think I can share this. Yeah,
Right.
but yeah, I guess it's something that we work on.
So how do you manage being a professor and an entrepreneur? Yes.
Oh my goodness. That's a very good question.
Yeah, they are very on different levels. So how do you manage?
There's some overlap, you know, there's some overlap. And I think I created the overlap by being a resource, you know. I've learned to look for those resources, people who are I can lean on, who can be a part of my network, who are also going to mentor me. And so that alleviates some of the stress. There was, when I first started, I didn't know what I was doing. I had no idea what to do. So I went on LinkedIn and I said, okay, after I'd been through that with, you know, going to the stores and then these people telling me that all these, you know, they're not going to take my product because in effect, they don't trust me. Where did I steal it from? So I went on to LinkedIn and I was like, you know what, I need a mentor. And I am a strong advocate of mentorship, and I am a strong advocate of you finding your mentor. Don't be afraid to ask someone to mentor you. And what that means is you're bringing some value to their lives too. So you have to know what that is. It's not always just about what you want to take from someone, but it's also about the relationship you're going to foster with this individual. So I went on LinkedIn and I not Googled, but I looked for someone who was successful in my area, the food and beverage area. And I found this man, this Black man who had done really well. And I wrote him and I said, I just want to know if I could just speak to you for 15 minutes. That's all I'm asking. 15 minutes of your time. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And I need some help. So he said, sure, which shocked me because I didn't expect that. And he was the first person I contacted. So I spoke to him on the phone. We spoke for about maybe an hour. And then at the end of the conversation, I was so inspired by him, you know, and I told him that some of my challenges, and I said to him, would you be willing, and you can say no. I always think it's important to preface so people know you can say no. I'm not going to, you know, feel terrible or take it personally. You're busy. And I said, you know, would you mind being my mentor and perhaps meet? It could be once a month, it could be once a quarter. And he said, I'd love to be your mentor, and we're gonna meet as often as possible. I said, okay. And that was, you know, he's still my mentor. You know, and I've learned a lot from him, a tremendous amount from him, especially about saying no. Like, and that's a, you know, you're saying no is powerful.
Powerful,
right? I'm sure you both know it's the day you do it, like that first.
yeah,
That's what I keep saying. You remember we had this conversation? I told you I have someone that he doesn't know when to say no.
how?
He's always
How?
how exactly how, not when. Yes, how. He's always open to help everybody.
Yeah.
I don't want you to help and get something in return. Yes, I understand that. But sometimes you should like know
Say no.
how to say the no. Yes.
Yes.
You're not gonna like, I don't know. I'm still trying.
You know what? I figured out this. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's how I like to say no. I like to say no, but give you someone who will say yes. Because it's not going to be me. I can't do it.
That's
So I just pass it along. You know?
Because my no is always on the go. If I'm not comfortable to do something, I will say no. Yeah. No.
Right.
Yeah. But for him, it's very difficult. We're still working on that, but yeah, it's very difficult. Yeah.
I really like the fact that you ask for help.
Mm,
You
mhm,
look for a mentor. And I think sometimes we could like have done like better in life, but we are afraid like asking for help. We are afraid of like, oh, if I ask this person that question, how does he gonna take it or she's gonna take it? We don't think about the outcome. We only think about, oh, I don't want him or her to think, oh, down
mhm,
like on myself. Oh, the
mhm.
negativity is the first thing that come up to
Right, right.
like our mind. So I really like the fact that you think
Mhm,
about it and then go, oh, okay, let me go and make my own research. Let me see if there's someone who, like, if I know someone who's like very
mhm,
successful in the market, and ask him a few questions.
mhm,
And maybe I could ask him to be my mentor, or maybe like after the conversation, like the insight that you take from that person, and then you're like, okay, I think this guy can be my mentor, and
mhm.
that will help me a lot. And
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
because yes, being a mentor, it's not only you're helping someone, listening to someone, you're helping yourself too. You're learning about yourself too. So
Absolutely.
that was a very great move. I really like that. And people need to start like not I'm not saying you have to start looking for a mentor, but you need to start
No, I think you're right though. I think you should start looking for mentors. It's nothing, listen, it's about growing as a human being,
in.
right?
Exactly.
So, we grow based on our environment. We grow based on the people in our lives.
Mm,
If those people are bringing value into your life, those are the people who should be treated with honor and dignity, because hopefully you're also giving that back to them, because that's how that's a healthy relationship.
exactly. And I guess you and I have something in common when it comes to mentorship.
Mhm,
I end up having my mentor while I was doing my internship for my master's. And for like she was my like director, but
mhm,
also she was so open to help.
mhm,
Oh, if you have any questions, not only me, other students too. Like
right.
she's always on top of things, and even she was very busy. And
Yeah.
then I think for a moment, I'm like, I think she will be a very good mentor, and I want her to be my mentor.
That's great.
Yeah, and I was so afraid to ask her, and I never like think of, let me, because we have Zoom meeting all the time. I'm like,
Right.
I'm not going to do that in a Zoom meeting. I just sent an email asking her to be my mentor.
Don't mind me. I just heard my my doorbell. I'm gonna take you for a tour.
No, no, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how I end up having a mentor, and that
Yeah,
was a great decision. Like really.
yeah. And you can have mentors at any point in your life. You don't have to be an entrepreneur or be someone who is after a certain career. It could be you socially, emotionally, you might need someone. So,
Exactly. Exactly. And then sometimes you feel like, okay, sometimes you want to do something. You are thinking about like doing something, but you are afraid to take the steps, or not having the like right information, or don't know who to ask. You probably have this one person who next to you, like that person have all the information that you're looking for,
right.
or taking like too much, or you were like, I don't know, you don't even realize that he does have the information. And talking with someone sometimes help. Oh, okay. Oh, really?
It's about knowledge, right? Too. It's like
Exactly.
you ask a question because you don't know,
No.
and so don't be afraid to ask questions, because that's what allows you to find out what you need in order to grow into the person you're meant to be.
One thing I want to add is, you see, in New York, we have a lot of food truck.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, a lot of food truck, and most of them are not vegan.
That's
Yeah,
right.
they sell meat and soda, nothing vegan. Um, on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe you will find two truck of a vegan truck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what I would like to actually give to you,
Mm-hmm.
like an advice, you want to be worldwide, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. We have um, Ohio, Iowa, Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
These states are really vegan state.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I remember the last time I went downtown Chicago, the truck, I was so mad. The truck out there, they all vegan. Yes. And I really love meat. I really love soda. So when I get there, yeah, they most of the thing they have is pressed juice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, without sugar, which I don't really like that much because I love my sugar. Yes, I'm trying. And they don't have a lot of meat. Yes, they don't. The meat they have, it's vegan meat.
Yes.
And they also selling like the granola, the
Mm-hmm.
bar, they selling the vegan stuff too. So
Okay.
if you can go to this place and then try to sell the bar, it would be very good. Yeah,
Okay. Thank you
yeah,
for that.
it would be very good.
That's probably why we get so many orders from those states.
Yeah, we are very yeah. Yeah. Like, oh my God. Yeah.
But I do have to admit that 85% of the people who buy our product are not vegan. They
Yeah.
want a healthy snack, but they want a healthy snack that tastes good.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, what's the point of snacking if your food's not going to taste good? And if you want to be healthy, right, then you want a healthy snack. You want to feel good when you eat it. You don't want to feel like, oh no, that's it. I'm going to have to go on the treadmill for an hour. No, you know, we want to make sure that we're trying to be the healthiest that we can be. You know, sometimes you make choices that are not the best for you. That's okay. You don't beat yourself up about it. But I was thinking there was some research on snacking in America, and so here's some numbers. 94 to 96% of all Americans snack 4 to 6 times a day. So here's what I say: if you're going to snack 4 to 6 times a day, at least let its NOLA be the healthy snack. You know, like all the other ones, okay, but let its NOLA be the healthy snack.
Yes, I agree with you because
Yes.
you don't want to be worried about you don't have to be worried about the taste, the product
Mm-hmm.
without gaining weight. So
Mm-hmm.
why not?
Yeah, yeah. I think another challenge that we're having is um, because organic foods do cost more money. It's true. We all know, you know, healthy foods tend to cost more money. They're not extraordinary or significant difference. Scientists are saying, you know, economists are saying, oh, those numbers are not as great as we think they are. You know, we associate it with what we hear other people say, that it costs so much more, but it's not necessarily true. What we're trying to do is there was a Black-owned juice company contacted us recently, and so she wanted to purchase the product wholesale. Okay, I try to work with different people. I know that everyone has different budgets, but she wanted the price to come down significantly, and we're in an economic situation in our country right now where everything costs. You know, groceries cost 38% more than they did a year ago. So I can't bring my prices down to where she needs them to be because of where her store is. So she said because her store is in a low socioeconomic area, she would like me to bring those prices down. I said, I can't do that. So she said, well, you can't have your product. And that hurts, you know, because I want my community to be able to afford, you know, my product. I'm working on it. That's all I can say is that it pains me, and I am working on it. So I hope that, you know, the more you sell, then your prices can come down a little more. So it's a mathematical, you know, I guess challenge that we have to deal with.
It's really challenging.
One thing they don't see is the fact that it's a homemade product.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
So to actually get this product, you have to buy a lot of things.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
cost you.
Mm-hmm.
And another way, you need to get that money back so you can buy more and then make more.
Absolutely.
Exactly
That
that's
should be
one
a
thing.
benefit because it's a business.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
what
No.
they don't get. It's not it's not like you have a machine doing the thing for you. You're doing it yourself.
Right. Right.
Yes.
Oh
Because
yeah.
your time, your energy, everything, your exactly.
These
Your
hands,
sweat and
literally,
everything. Yes.
these
So
arthritic hands are doing it.
exactly. They should understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I understand. I just, you know, I'm a non-judgmental vegan. You know, my daughters were laughing at me the other day because we were talking about labels, and I was like, you know, I'm a vegan, but I think I've pushed the needle closer to being vegetarian again because I'm terrible at taking supplements. And I'm 57 and I need those supplements because I'm not eating enough of those foods to get all of that protein that my body needs or all of the calcium that my body needs. And so I said, I guess I'm pushing back because I was a vegetarian for 47 years. And I was like, I think I'm moving back into being a vegetarian again, but but mostly I'm plant-based, you know, and I don't think that will ever change. I'm allergic to meat, so I can't eat it anyway. You know, I can't digest it.
Okay.
So that's, yeah, it's been since I was a kid. So it's a very painful thing it's not philosophical. That's what I keep telling people. I understand. I honor anyone I'm not here to tell people how to eat. I'm here to support anyone who wants to eat healthy. And we have a blog called Healthy and Happy on our website at itsnola.com. And it's for you. It gives health tips on all kinds of things, taking care of yourself, you know, foods for the winter, holidays, you know, it's 100% supporting a healthy lifestyle, whatever you want it to look like.
And we can't thank you enough for that. Like, because
Mhm.
being healthy, it's tough.
Yeah. It's not easy eating healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. One day I'm up, oh, I'm gonna go on a food diet, and the next day, you know what, I want a cheeseburger. That's me. So yeah, it's not easy to actually
Yeah,
eat.
you know what it is? I think we have to change the way we think about diet, right? I don't think you need to be on a diet. What for? You know, you don't need a diet. You just need to think about, okay, today I'm going to have this. This is how I love me. This is what I'm going to do. And then tomorrow, if I want a burger, I'll have a burger. But it's okay. It's not like I'm having 10 burgers. I'm having a burger.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's moderation. That's it. You know, that's you seeking a lifestyle and loving yourself, as opposed to someone telling you, oh no, you need to just have this or don't eat that. And then you feel bad and guilty. That prevents us from loving ourselves. And I think the more you love yourself, the more you're apt
Yeah,
to eat healthy and to take care of yourself more, right? The more you love yourself.
I agree. Because the more we're thinking about, oh, I'm going on a diet, and it's the moment we say that or think about that, it's like, oh, here comes the punishment. I'm gonna have
Yes.
to punish myself because I'm gonna have to let go of all the good food and this and that. So and that,
So true.
there is that part. So the moment you start, oh, okay, you can try with a balance first.
That's it.
yeah, if yeah, that's my like one advice to
Mhm.
anyone who want to change their like lifestyle and yeah,
Mhm.
healthy and so on.
Yeah, don't be drastic. You know?
Drastic, because drastic is the hardest part, and then that's how sometimes you give up. You
Mhm.
start doing
Yeah.
it, and you
Oh,
It, it comes with self-loathing, you know? You should never hate yourself for anything that you do. You should think about, okay, that was today.
yeah, and
That
then
was today.
yeah,
Tomorrow.
tomorrow, yeah, and then doing like taking this like those steps. It's
Yeah,
like also to be mentally okay. If
yeah.
if you're constantly thinking about, oh, I'm gonna have to eat this, like even though I don't like it, like you're not mentally okay, because like I'm sure thinking like that doesn't make you happy.
Right.
If you're not happy about the food you are going to eat, there's no
Mhm.
point.
It's so true.
There's no point. So yeah.
Yes, yes.
like back when we were kids, we
Mhm.
never liked lettuce, tomato. We never liked salad. But
Okay.
now that I'm eating salad, I know what I've been missing. You know, it's
Ah,
very good. Yes,
very nice. And also salads are, there are thousands of ways of making a salad, right?
exactly.
It's not just lettuce and tomato. Oh my, look at, you could literally go online and Google salads and look at how many kinds of salads you can make. I mean, incredible salads.
Yes. There's one salad that you made me try the last time we were together, the seafood salad.
Oh,
Remember the one you got
Oh
from the
yeah, yes. Like tomatoes,
exactly.
celery,
Cilantro, celery.
for
It's very
some
good.
lemon juice.
Yeah.
oh yes.
Yes,
See, now I know what I've been missing.
some cucumbers.
I never liked salad before, but now I'm eating salad.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy, nothing,
Yeah. It's very tasteful.
yeah.
Yeah. I think, you know, I think as we become more willing to change our thoughts about things, you know, that we once had you know, you have this certain notion. And also when you're a child, you have this idea of what something is. And as you become an adult and you really experience life and you think about some of the changes that you can make, right? And that there's another way of thinking about this, right? The idea of salads as a child, you know, it could have been because the salads were limiting, you know, but now you realize, wait a minute, there's a whole world of salads out there, you know.
Yes,
For sure.
that's true. Um,
Um,
well, before we end the conversation, I want you please to share any information that can help people to, get more information about It's Nola, and or they can like if they want to order or in any store that you have it like It's Nola available where they can purchase you know yeah.
Okay. So we actually sell it on our website at itsnola.com. In New York, we only have it in 2 stores because we're not focused on retail. So it's in Soho at a store called the Goods Mart. It's Goods Mart, M-A-R-T. And then the same store also exists in Rockefeller Center, so it's there as well. But our focus has been selling to corporations so that more people get it. Because when corporations purchase, they're purchasing large amounts, and so all of their employees have access to it.
Yeah.
And with that, our focus is to strategize and make sure that all of those people getting it, if we can do that for two years now, when we go into retail in 2024, like a big push into retail, people will recognize it. So that's our focus. I would like to share a promo code that your guests can use.
Yes,
So it's NOLA 10, ITSNOLA 10. So that'll get, so when you purchase, towards the end of your, when you're filling in your information, you get ready to purchase, you just put in that code and they'll take 10% off. Also, you'll get a little money back when you're purchasing, and you can use that money to go towards causes that are actually on the website.
Okay.
nice.
Do you have a sample you can show now? So,
Oh,
so people don't miss.
oh, okay, yeah. Let me just walk
Yeah.
with you again. Look, here it is. So this is our, let me go into the light. I guess you can see it better here.
I like
Okay.
it. Sassy.
That's the mango masala.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, so we have the 4 flavors. So we have luscious cranberry coconut, which is our top seller right now. And then sassy mango masala is next. And then our strawberry, scrumptious strawberry banana, we launched it in July, but a lot of people are buying it. It's really delicious. It really is. And then our chocolate is our decadent chewy chocolate.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, so you can go to our website and get it. Please use that promo code. We'll have it there for you for the next 6 months. So you can use it anytime in the next 6 months. And we also sign up for our blog when you're on the website, because we have so much great information and tips for you for eating healthy, for living healthy. And then we also will be able to send you, and you'll be on a list of people who will get an invitation to a giveaway. And also I'm working on the blueberry. So I'm looking for tasters. So if you're on the list, I can at least reach out to you and ask you, would you like to be a taster for our new blueberry flavor? So I plan on making 3 different versions of it and see what people say.
Wow. I want to be in that list.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm into chocolate, so I think I'm gonna get the chocolate one.
Blueberry.
Okay.
The blueberry. If you would need any tester, I am. So I am going to take all the steps in order to win that.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
Yes. So well, people, you know how to get your It's Nola.
Yeah.
I am going to put all the information with the conversation, and also if they have any question, they will have your Instagram, and
Yes.
they can ask you. And don't worry, Dr. Margarett will answer all your questions.
I will answer you. And please follow us on TikTok and Facebook, as well as Instagram.
Okay.
Well, it was a real pleasure to have you here, and let's get to know each other to gain all those great information about It's Nola, about yourself, about your experiences. No,
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you for, I have to say thank you for both of you for remembering me.
I know. No,
But you know what's funny? It was a surprise
Mhm.
because I didn't know it was you.
Oh,
Yeah. But when I saw your face, I said, "Oh my gosh, she didn't tell me." Yes, yeah.
It was supposed to be a surprise, Jennifer.
Huh?
It was supposed to be a surprise, okay?
Yeah, because I didn't know it was you. Yeah.
Thank you both.
No, and for good reason. I remember you. I remember you. I'm like, yes, I want to be one of my guests. Yes.
Well, please stay in touch. And if you ever need anything from me, just reach out. And if I can be of any service, please let me know.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to have you.
You're welcome.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.